All right, now in this video, I want to talk about why most online coaching businesses fail to generate proper money, or why they make a little bit of money and then fail after all, okay? Now, what you got to realize is making $10,000 or euros a month as an online coach or online service provider is easy nowadays. Yet, so many people fail to generate that amount of money, or by all means go beyond that, because they're making certain crucial mistakes. And that's what we're gonna be talking about here. So if you're not making 10K a month and more yet, watch this video because it can help you significantly.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you. So here's to your freedom.
All right, so here's what most coaches do. Most coaches, they do quote unquote busy work, all right? They're not even real coaches. They say they're coaches, or they say they're building a business. What they do is they do things like building a website, creating content for their Instagram, starting a podcast, creating content for their YouTube, building a brand, making, what are these things called that nobody's using anymore? Business cards. They're doing everything else but generating sales, all right? So the bad thing about that is that they're keeping themselves busy, so they're working hours a day on that, which basically tells them like, hey, I'm doing something, I'm working on my dreams, right? And they're posting motivational stuff on their Facebooks and telling all their friends that they're an entrepreneur now and that they're gonna start a business. And again, it feels like you're doing the right thing because you're keeping yourself busy, because you're gonna go to bed at the end of the day saying, oh, I've worked 8, 9, 10, 12 hours today on my business. But it is actually very, very wrong. It feels right, but it feels wrong, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to write down the following sentence. We're gonna have it appear here on the screen. Nothing in this world happens without something being sold. All right? I'm sitting here with my laptop, with my phone, in one of our offices. The people behind the cameras themselves. All these things can only happen because I sell, because I get paid clients that give me money so I can help them. All right? Other than that, all the other things are just bonus. Now, yeah, I have a website. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seeing this video. But the priority is to generate sales first, to get paid clients. I always put it like that. You have a business, that business needs to run. The fuel for that business is cash, is money in your bank, all right? The oxygen for your life is money in your bank. If you can't breathe, you can't give any value, and if you can't give any value, you don't know what content to produce, etc., etc., etc. All right, so you gotta understand that. By the way, on a side note, now I'm going to reveal to you the two main fears that keep, wannabe coaches from making serious money. It's literally just two main fears that are going on in their head that keep them from executing on the right things. Now, in order to ensure that you're not making the same mistakes, something that you can do right now is follow me on Instagram. Why is that important? Because on Instagram, I'm posting daily value nuggets that make sure that your mind is on the right path. All right, I'm posting Q&As there. I do live streams on there. It's a great way to connect with you and to just stay on the right path through my posts. My posts are meant to inspire you, to remind you how important it is to do the right things and to actually generate sales. That's one important thing that you gotta do. The other important thing is follow my other Instagram account, Freedom Business Mentoring. Why is that important? Because on there, I'm literally replying personally to all the DMs. That Instagram account is fairly small. We have a couple thousand followers on there, which allows me to reply personally to every single DM. Follow that account. Send me a DM if you have any questions for me specifically, okay? Also on there, obviously, we're showing our most inspiring client stories that can kind of show you that it is indeed possible to become a successful online coach, to actually make 4 to 5 figures a month doing something that you actually love, all right? Now, I'm gonna show both these Instagram accounts here, check them out. Highly recommend you to click follow on those. Now that being said, let's get to the two big main fears that hold back online coaches and online service providers. The first big main fear is the fear of visibility, okay? Of stepping out into visibility. Basically saying, okay, this is my offer. I've gotten to know my target audience. I know exactly what great things I could do for my target audience. And now you have to step into visibility. You have to reach out to your audience. You have to communicate with them. You have to get them on a call so you can eventually sell them, all right? Again, most people get stuck in that busy work loop of saying, okay, I've done my due diligence, I know my target audience, I've created a great offer, I'm ready to get my first clients, and now the busy work starts. And they're like, I can't do it yet, I have to work on this first, I have to work on that yet. And they never get to the point where they're actually stepping into communication with their audience. And they're very, very scared of that. Why? Well, because they're afraid to fail. They're like, now things get real. I can't fail if I build my website. I can't fail if I tell everybody on Facebook that I'm an entrepreneur. I can't fail if I print out 250 business cards on Vistaprint for $7. I can't fail with that. But I can fail when things get real, when I reach out to my audience. They can say no, they can ghost me, they can say they're not interested. Oh, that feels very, very real. But the thing is, while these things may be a little scary in the beginning, they're totally worth it. All right, you might notice that I come from the dating advice niche, okay? My first business was dating advice business. What we always would say is like, it is very scary to approach someone that you're interested in at first, right? But you're always happy in the long run that you did it. You're always happy that you overcame your fear, that you overcame maybe that temporary feeling of discomfort. You know that, you know? I'll give you another metaphor if you want. I come from a 5,000 people cow town in the middle of the Austrian Alps, and there's not much to do there other than, you know, jumping off cliffs into the lake. And every time I would bring a new friend to the cliffs and we would jump off for the first time, the new friend was always very, very hesitant. Like, oh, I'm not sure if I can do it. It's scary, it looks uncomfortable. But every time the moment they jumped and they dived into the water and they came back up, they were all hyped. I've never seen somebody jumping into the water and saying, swimming back to the shore, like, it was all right, not gonna do that again. No, they were all hyped, like, oh my God, this is epic. I can't believe I waited so long. This is so amazing. And it's exactly the same with stepping out into visibility. Of course, you might have to overcome certain obstacles and you have to have a couple lessons to be learned, right? A mentor can help you with that. This is exactly the kind of things we're teaching in the Freedom Business Mentoring Program. But at the end of the day, it is 100% worth it, and it is also necessary for you to ever generate money. Again, nothing in this world happens until something is being sold, right? And the second biggest main fear is they're scared of selling. Online coaches, online service providers that are not making money, they're actually scared of selling. That's simple. Because, the mainstream narrative teaches you that sales is bad, right? What is the usual salesperson depicted as? They're usually depicted as this like sleazy guy, drives a Cabrio, like a convertible car, and it's just like money, and is laughing his way to the bank and is tricking people into selling. But the reality is, and this is also something that we teach via mindset coaching in our Freedom Business Mentoring Program, selling is something amazing. You can change someone's life by selling. I mean, I read that every single day with people in our Freedom Business Mentoring Program. Right? We'll pop some testimonials here, how happy people are that we quote unquote sold them to get into the program. Because it creates monetary leverage for them. All right? When you're buying something, let's put it like this. You're watching this video for free on YouTube right now. How much is your leverage to actually execute? How many of the people who are watching this video are just gonna dabble and be like, that was a nice video, I'll start later, I'll start at some other point, and a couple months later, they're watching some other videos and they've never executed and never made any money. How much would you be willing to execute if I charged you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a single video? You'd have something that we call monetary leverage. You'd be like, I paid a lot of money for that, let me go execute. All right? The advice is the same. You just need to go execute it. All right? And that is exactly what you're doing when you're selling. You're creating monetary leverage for your clients. Thus, client will take it seriously. Thus, client will execute. Thus, client will get results. Thus, client will be happy. All right? And again, you need money to survive. People are always like, but Max, if you're such a good person, why don't you do it for free? Well, first off, if I would do it for free, I would need to get some job on the side, which means I wouldn't have as much time to dedicate myself to all my clients. Second of all these things cost money. The cameras cost money, my expertise costs money, the people that help you in the program cost money. And of course, you should pay money in order to understand the value of the actual advice that is given to you, so you have, again, monetary leverage. All right? Sales is not something bad. There's a lot of bad people out there in the world who do a lot of bad things with their money, but there's a lot of good people out there in the world who can do even more good if they know proper selling. Sales is not something bad. It's something very, very good. I'm gonna tell you right now, the mentors that sold me, so I would be mentored by them, I happily pay them $50,000, $100,000 or euros a month. I happily throw that money at them because it comes back 10x, 8x, 9x, 10x, 11x. It comes back so much. It's like, I've said this example in a video before that. It's literally like a vending machine, right? Instead of, you put money in, and instead of a Snickers bar coming out, it's more money coming out. So you put $1 in, you get $2 out. You put $10 in, you get $20 out. That is what it means to sell properly. You got to understand that sales is something very, very, very good. All right. And to kind of summarize these two fears, stepping out into visibility and selling, most people are just afraid of it because they don't know it. They don't know how to do it. They've never done it. They've maybe read some random books about sales. Let me tell you that right away. You can read as many books about sales if you want. You need someone to properly teach it to you, to give feedback to and receive feedback from. All right. It's a back and forth. It's teacher-student, mentor-mentee relationship that can teach you sales. So most people are afraid of these things because they don't know how to do that. That's exactly where we can step in. So when you say you're ready to get successful as an online coach, as an online service provider, as a freelancer, when you say yes, making enough money for myself to be free, to be wealthy, to do whatever the hell I want with my expertise, then I got something pretty cool for you. You can jump on a free consultation call, either with me personally or with an expert from my team. And on that free consultation call, we're basically going to be looking at your situation, and we'll develop a step-by-step structure for you to break free from the 9-to-5 BS and finally become free as an expert, as an online coach, as an online service provider or freelancer. All you have to do is click the link down in the description below. Maybe we'll have the link pop up somewhere here as well. Read what's on that page, okay? You're gonna click that link, brings you to a page, read through the page, and then on the bottom of that page, fill out the quick application, and then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. There's no hidden costs in that call. It's entirely for free. Obviously, we screen very, very hard, so this is only for people who are serious, not for dabblers, not for people who are just gonna maybe look at it. No, if you're serious about results, if you wanna get results fast, this call is for you. Most importantly, if you already have a skill, you wanna know how to monetize it, this call is for you. If you're already making money, but you want to know how to make it consistently and how to scale it up, this call is for you as well. And also, if you're not 100% sure yet what it is that you want to be doing, you're not 100% sure about your expertise, about the service that you could provide, this call is also for you because we can analyze your strengths and we can tell you what model fits the best. All right. Usually these calls fill up very, very fast because the channel is getting more and more views. So if the link still works, it means we still have spots open. I highly recommend you taking action now. Don't procrastinate. Don't be scared, right, of stepping into the unknown, of stepping into visibility. Don't be scared of sales because we can help you fix these very, very easily. All right. So maybe talk to you very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and GG.